What's up, everyone? This is Kyle Fisk. I had a breakthrough just recently, and it's all about meaning and how humans formulate meaning. So I think that value in and of itself is subjective, and the only way that we can have subjective bias or judgment placed on different things in this world through the power of our consciousness to perceive different, whether it's an object, another human being, a certain aspect of the human experience. We have the power to place our subjective opinions, beliefs on that certain thing and formulate whether or not that has value. So the reason why I think this breakthrough is important is because that goes to show that anything that's out there in the human experience, we as humans with our consciousness have the power to perceive anything out there to have value. Everything that's in nature, in the natural world, is in a sense objective until we place our biases on that. So if you look at this in different lenses, so I have a different video that's talking about utilitarianism and how things have value interpreted based off of the utility of that certain thing. So in society, especially in capitalism, the value of human beings and objects, materialism, are dependent upon how effective that certain thing is in being utilized, if it's able to get the job done. And if it's able to be effective in carrying out a certain task, then it has higher value. For instance, someone who maybe, let's say, is able to have a certain skill set that gets more followers or more people to consume or watch their media, more attention, then they might have more utility. So that's why, in a sense, let's say Lady Gaga or Beyonce or Childish Gambino, they have more perceived value in our capitalistic society in terms of this art form because they're able to get more attraction, more people, more awareness, more eyes on them. So then that in turn gives advertisers more money or different businesses more money. So it's all just a game, really. It's all just a attention game. And that's why you see a lot of artists, they end up selling out maybe because they're like, oh, I want the attention, not the actual craft. So I'm going to start to create music that's solely for the purpose of getting more attention, as opposed to trying to create something musically genius. That's a whole different topic, but to try to stay on track here, talking about meaning. So that's the utilitarianism lens, that like people are valued based off of their skill set in attaining more awareness or attention. And then you can look at other different, more universal value sets. So this idea of maybe that everyone is valuable, that we're all equal, that we're living in a world where like everyone is of equal value and everyone brings some sort of importance in some certain way. And you could argue to say that's true too. The reason why is because the natural world doesn't care. The natural world is objective. The natural world has no subjective opinion. And it is up to us as humans, through the power of subjectivity, to be able to place our biases on certain things to formulate a certain amount of value for that certain thing or person. So like for instance, and this might be controversial, but like let's say your family, for instance, thinks that you're valuable. You're a valuable human being. But in the lens of utilitarianism, maybe you don't have a skill set and you don't bring any value to capitalism. So in that society, a capitalistic society where it's all about efficiency and the bottom dollar in this free market, you have no value. But in terms of maybe this other lens, which would be your family, you do have value. So it's like it's all dependent upon the perspective that you approach value, and depending on the perspective you pick depends also, it changes how much value things have. But at the end of the day, value is created based off of our own subjective biases, and it is up to us to formulate that judgment. And in a way, we can always say that something is valuable just by looking at it differently. So yeah, that's basically it. The breakthrough of, I've talked about it before, but like the power of subjectivity and this ability as humans to be able to perceive different things in different lenses, to be able to formulate different hierarchies of value. So hopefully that was insightful, and I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.